All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Kel,
I'm Sarah.
and welcome back to the Married Life Podcast. And obviously, the purpose of this podcast is to have a conversation about faith, about marriage, about love, intimacy, and everything in between. So, if you feel that those topics reach out to you and you relate to it, we ask you to subscribe, show us some love, and follow the channel. What's up, my love? How you feeling?
I'm good.
You good?
Enjoying the backyard scenery today. We're in a different scenery. We're in our yard.
We're in our backyard, little change of vibe.
Beautiful day today.
Yeah, nice.
It's very
today's
nice.
Beautiful Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth.
Y estamos aquí. You know, we just came from the movies.
Yeah, I feel like that's our thing.
That's our little date night. We did a little lunch, and then we did the movies. We went to go see Flash. What you thought about the movie?
I liked it.
1 out of 10.
8.
8?
I'm not a
DC
comic book DC kind of person. I enjoy it. Doesn't mean that I don't enjoy it, but I had questions I'm like, why is this? Why that? But I did like the fact that the original Batman is in it.
Yo, what was that Michael Keaton?
Yo, that
came back.
Came through. It did it for me.
That was a good nostalgia. That's what they're doing with the movies now, nostalgia and bringing characters back from people, the kids who grew up in the 80s and 90s.
The adults that are adults now, the kids time.
Right? Because those are the new directors, right?
Yeah.
Or the new movie makers and the screenwriters and all that. Those are the people that you bring a little nostalgia back to the people.
Absolutely.
Some fan service there. Pero sí, my love. So now I had a good time. I enjoyed the movie. I give it a 8, 7.5 out of 8.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I felt like there were some scenes that they could have added more. It was 2.5 hours, right? Because we came out a little later than I thought.
Yeah.
It's 2.5 hours.
I think so.
But nah. Most def, I recommend.
I thought you were going to give it more because when you got in, you were just you didn't even sit down and you're intrigued. And I'm like.
The first scene was action packed.
Yeah, and
so
I'm
it was just
sit down.
I know. I didn't want to sit down. We were running a little late,
Yeah. But I think we didn't run that late.
Nah.
Remember, there's commercials before.
Right,
previews
the
before.
trailers. Mm-hmm. But yeah, my love. Beautiful day today. And no, guys, wherever you're at, I hope you're having a great day. To always stay positive and trust God in the process of wherever He is in your life. And no, guys. Look at my beautiful wife, always looking stunning.
Thank you, baby.
Always looking
Thank you for being
glamorous.
My biggest cheerleader.
Tan bella.
My biggest fan.
Always, baby.
I love you.
I celebrate you. I love you.
You always celebrate me.
I'm here for you always.
I fall deeper and deeper in love.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
It's a woman of my dreams, yo.
The man of mine. I love you.
I love you too, babes.
Nosotros como que estamos enamorados.
Yeah.
Let's forget this podcast. Let's go inside.
Tú eres mi Barbie, yo soy tu Ken.
Hey.
Tú eres, I was going to say que yo soy tu Anuel y tú eres mi Karol G.
No.
Eso está ya, eso es viejo
eso
news.
Eso es tóxico.
Tóxico.
Yeah, nah.
Nah,
we good.
Estamos ahí. Pero, so today I wanted to do a little bit more of questions that we can ask our couples and as a partner to be more deeper, right? So, here I wrote 21 questions you should ask your spouse. You ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready for my transparency?
I sent you this 10 minutes ago. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna ask you these questions.
Honestly, 10 minutes ago I was in the movie theater, so I didn't have time to look at it. So I'm not gonna lie.
So I'm gonna shoot you.
This is just a shoot.
Bang bang.
Shoot bang bang.
You ready?
This is vivo life.
Awesome. So yeah, and a lot of them they're not super deep, but I think you can always ask couples this and ask your spouse this, and you can always learn, right? So the first question I'm gonna ask my honey is so number one, do you prefer to have a plan or to keep things loose so you can make decisions on the fly, in general?
It depends. I can't do it general. It depends. Depends on can we just on the fly purchase a house tomorrow? No, I do not want to do that kind of thing.
Tampoco así, nah.
Exactly. But if you're pack your bags, we out. Vámonos. I just need a bathing suit, a pair of shorts, and 2 tank tops. Alternate them, babies.
Yeah.
So I'm down for it. I can do something like that. How about you?
I like to have a plan in general.
Really, Mister? Let's just get on the plane and go to Miami.
But I do that because I know you like that. It's more of
That's
a
my
like
love
I'm being
language.
romantic, so
That's my
I'm
love language.
I'm doing it for the sake of, and I'm not doing it all the time, but when I do it, I know you like it. So, um, but I like to be in control, so I want to know what's going on. Obviously, I'm the one who knows the whole scenario, so
Right,
it's not happening to me.
right, right.
So I like to be in control. So,
Okay.
but yeah, what you thought? Nah,
Surprise.
cool.
Yeah,
Number
you do like to know everything because I tried celebrating you for Father's Day and you're like, what about this? And what about, like, you had 21 questions for that. And I'm just like, bro, I can never do anything for you because tú todo lo
I
quieres
know,
saber.
I know,
And it's
but
like,
if it's not my love language, right? It's not
it's
something I like.
definitely mine.
So
I like to be surprised.
I gotta fill that cup,
You're right.
Tú sabes.
You're right.
Number two, what accomplishments? Well, no, what's the accomplishment you're most proud of in your life?
My marriage.
Hmm?
Getting married. Getting married the right way.
Right,
Mm.
that's true. Because a
Because
lot of
getting married is getting married, right? Not everybody can get married, but people get married and then people get divorced. But when I say getting married the right way, getting married, sealing that confident with God first, covenant with God first, and making Him our foundation is my biggest accomplishment. Biggest thing that I can say what was the question? Proudest moment?
yeah,
So I can say that's my proudest moment. It's definitely my marriage and how I got married.
I know, right? Like I thought about it now, like doing it right, because I know in my family and historically, like they're not getting
The kids come first, then the
the
marriage.
kids come first, then marriage,
And
and then
for
or
us,
they're
it
fooling
was
around, having multiple children,
right.
different spouses and for
And for us,
relationships.
it's not like that. For us, is we had that
Yeah,
relationship with Christ first,
right,
and then it came us, and then came our children.
right. Yeah, that's a proud moment. Yeah,
Very proud moment.
yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, I look at it now, like
What were you thinking before that?
for me or for you.
Yeah, for you.
For me, proudest moment in my life. I felt proud buying my house,
Purchasing our first home. Yeah.
purchasing our first home. I felt like, yo,
We made it,
American dream.
right?
Big white picket fence in the suburbs. No, fuimos para los suburbs. Out of the city, out of the hood. So I felt proud. Yeah, no lie. It was like the biggest purchase of my life,
Right.
It's not like we rich or nothing. It's like we saved up and we got help wherever we could and figured it out.
Right, right, right.
That's so.
Okay.
I thought that was a good accomplishment for us. Like owning property. It's like generational wealth, change there, owning property, and more to come. Obviously, in our dreams, in our path. I feel proud of that.
It is a proud moment.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so funny you say that because yesterday someone saw we get a lot of people randomly ringing our doorbells like, would you sell? And so there was a couple that came by. She was asking me about the house. And then she asked me, are you the owner? Like she was surprised that I was
Right.
the owner. And I proudly stood there and was like, absolutely I am. Like that was a proud moment. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's definitely a proud moment to be able to be homeowners for sure.
Yeah, it's a game changer. I think. Like,
For sure.
yeah, you have equity in your house, and you can pass it on to your children.
Right, right.
Right. It's not like, yeah, you have something to give to your children.
Right.
That's a lot of value.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Money wise, but yeah, that was my proud moment. So number 3. Ooh, do you think you follow your heart or your head?
That's a good question. Let me
Ask you. Can I answer for you,
Sure.
or you want to answer?
Go ahead, answer, baby.
I think you follow. It's like 60-40, your heart.
It In what aspects? What moments?
Like in a good way, like you're passionate about something, and like you're passionate about in your heart to continue, studying school, and that was a desire. So your heart, and then not thinking about like what's it cost, and that was your desire. So
Right.
te tiré puya.
Me tiraste
But
una
I didn't
puya
mean, I didn't
ahí.
mean to. I didn't mean to. But
Me tiraste una puya ahí, pero whatever. It's alright.
nah, it's not that it's a bad thing.
You be like, yo, you didn't care about the cost.
But what I mean, it's a good thing.
So when I go shopping, I follow my heart.
Oh. Sometimes I'll be like, "La, let's get out of here. Why you want to leave so fast, honey?" But yeah. Go ahead. What were you gonna say though? How you felt? What do you feel you follow your heart or your
Absolutely.
head?
I follow my heart.
Yeah.
And some things. I think there's some things that I do follow my head. But the majority is like you say, it is 60-40. For sure. You know me well. How about for you?
I think I like my head.
You follow your head 100%.
Not 100%.
I think so.
100%.
All right.
So I have no feelings. I'm
not saying
I'm a
that.
dry
No, I'm not
raisin.
saying that you. No, it may start with your heart. It ends with your head.
Right? I'd be like, yo, I'm passionate about this.
Yep, and then you
I'm
be like,
yo,
nah,
chill.
I can't
the
do
way
that.
the way my money works right now,
Yeah.
I can't drop this money.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. It's not that you don't have feelings. It's just that when I look at that question, I think of it like, yo, my husband thinks more with his head, and he's more of like, because you're the head of the household, and so you see the back end numbers.
I'm a numbers guy a little bit.
Yeah, not a little bit. You're a numbers guy.
Okay.
And so when you're doing things, you first are like calculating every aspect of it before we get it. Me on the other hand, I'm like, just buy it. We gotta get it. Let's go. Just press send. And you're more of the thinker. So yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Ja. Okay, so number 4. What's the one thing you've learned from our relationship?
Ooh.
Or one of the things.
Yeah, because I'm like, I've learned a lot. Unconditional love. What unconditional love? I've felt unconditional love. And I've learned how to give unconditional love. And every aspect of love is just, I've learned to die to myself. And what does that mean, right? Everybody, because it's such a cliche, right? But it's literally doing things even though it's not what I want to do, but for our marriage, because it's what's right for our marriage. And that's what I think, that's definitely what I think dying to yourself is. Dying to yourself is putting things, sacrificing. You sacrifice things, it's not a 50-50 relationship all the time.
No.
There'll be times that you're giving 70.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm not giving that my other half. You know what I mean? Like, there's times that I'm holding it down and you know what I mean? So it all depends on the situation. So I don't think there's ever a 50-50, like, oh, this relationship is 50-50. Nah, son.
Right.
Because
No,
I
I
ain't
agree.
50-50 every day.
Life is not 50-50.
Yeah, and I ain't feeling like I'm 50-50. Like, I'm mad today.
No. We should.
I'm not on my game today.
I mean, we should originally be giving 100.
Exactly.
Right, and then not get mad when the other partner is giving 50 and you giving 80 and 90. Like that at that moment, that person is not in the. They had a hard day at work.
Right.
They're stressed. They came out of work stressed, or they're having a situation with their family. Yo, give them a break. Understand. Step back. Hold it down for the family. Do the dishes. Take care of the kids a little bit. Give your partner a break, and vice versa for men and women.
Right.
But no, but I get it. Sometimes I'd be like, yo, this person right here, esta no está haciendo nada, y yo aquí killing myself, but you can't.
Even yesterday, right? We had a barbecue for Father's Day, and I was cleaning, and you were like, siéntate, relax. Tomorrow's another day. You're off, and I'm like, no. And it didn't bother me that you were sitting down. Like I was just like, all right, it's my time to step up the game. But just the other day, you woke up to take care of the kids and was like, babe, just stay in bed. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we balance each other. So it's never a 50-50. But back to the question, what do you think you have learned? Or
Oh,
what has been your biggest lesson?
the
Or what was the question? I'm
so one
sorry.
thing you've learned from our
One thing you've
relationship,
learned from our relationship.
um, to be more disciplined, to step it up, like be more, because you're a disciplined person. Like you wake up, you're on time, you get the job done, and you go above and beyond, right?
Aw.
And I appreciate those things because sometimes I'm laid back, and without you telling me, and sometimes you telling me, it
Sometimes
help.
I'm nagging you.
Yeah, you're nagging me, and but in the end, it helps me. It's sharp. It's like iron sharpens iron, like the Bible says, right?
Right, right.
So it helps me become a better man, right? Like in that aspect of like, yo, because like I'm a laid back guy. I go with the flow. I'm not always like I like to be on time. I'm like, yo, we're gonna hang out with friends. Why I gotta be there at 8:30? I could be there 8:45. Ain't nobody going to a work meeting, but I get it. You gotta respect people's time, stuff like that. Little things like that, or so I've learned that from you, and I continuously learn that. So I appreciate you about that.
I appreciate you for appreciating me because I appreciate you.
Hmm?
Ooh,
A little
sorry.
mocha.
We're outside, guys. This is live.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And but yeah, that's my
All right.
my one take. Honey buns.
Sugar plum honey bun.
All right, number five. We're at number five already. Number five. Did you ever have a goal or dream that you didn't get around to pursuing? And what is it?
A dream. I've had a dream to go to Africa one day.
Hmm?
It's always been in my heart. I've always wanted to go visit Africa. And I'm not talking about the pretty parts of Africa. I'm talking about like El Campo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I want to experience that. Um, I think it'll be a humbling experience.
Hmm.
But that's definitely been a dream. But I feel like it took me a minute to answer because I've had things on my dream board that being with my husband, I've been able to accomplish a lot of them.
Hmm.
I've been able to complete a lot of them, which is big, you know? But that's one thing that I've always wanted to do, a dream of mine.
Dope, dope.
How about for you?
One dream I've always wanted to accomplish that I haven't. I would say like own multiple homes, real estate, like you have rental homes. That's in my.
You've always talked about that.
I've talked about it. I've researched it out. And obviously you need capital. You need money, large amounts of money to make that happen. But it's gonna happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's all. All in process. Nice. Okay, number six. What's the most challenging obstacle you've ever had to overcome?
Most challenging?
Mm-hmm.
Iron irons iron, right?
Iron sharpens iron. Yeah.
Iron sharpens iron, right? Yeah, I can't iron. Um, I think one of my lately, most recent, my biggest challenge was grad school. That was a big challenge for me. I was a mom. I'm a mom, full time worker, pregnant, newborn after,
Hmm.
and being able to finish school with a 4.0 is amazing.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I was it was a proud moment in my life to be like, yo, I did that. I did that.
Bet. Dope, dope.
How about for you?
Biggest obstacle. It's hard. I can't think of anything.
Really?
Like
Wow.
like hardest obstacle, like even like purchasing the home, I didn't find that as an obstacle.
How about our first kid?
Our first kid, um, yeah, that was an obstacle. the lack of sleep, and we had to overcome that. Yeah, that was an obstacle. Yeah, you're right. That was one of the. Yeah, man, because I was like sleeping 3 hours a day, and not only it's just the shock value of like you used to sleep 7 8 hours, to now every 2 hours you're waking up, boom, and that's even more stressful. So, and I just felt like there was a brief 6 to 8 9 months. Like, when is this over?
Right.
So I was, yeah, that's an obstacle. Yeah, but all right. Oh, I know this answer for you, but I want to ask it. Do you believe that everything happens for a reason, or that everything is random?
What do you think my answer is going to be?
No, but I'm
I want
asking.
to
I'm
I want to
asking.
hear what you're
No, I
going to
want to know
pick.
your perspective, baby, and then I'll answer. You answer, then I answer.
It was what was the question again?
Do you believe that everything happens for a reason, or that everything is random?
Everything happens for a reason. God's plan.
God's plan.
I think God is in the center of everything, even in those hard moments where you feel like you don't see God. I feel like God is right there next to you. God is not a God of oops. And oh, my bad. I didn't mean that. Everything that he does is with purpose and for our good. He's never going to do things to harm us. He's not going to allow things to harm us. You know what I mean? And so things may happen in life, but I feel like just being that's the moments that you have to even be closer and hold on even tighter because and it goes for everything, right? Like even loss and pain, those painful moments. I can just I mean, we went through a painful at least for me it was very painful when I gave birth to Zion
Mm.
and they kept him in the hospital.
Oh yeah.
I felt like my whole world was crashing. And that wasn't a loss of a child, but it was kind of like a loss, right? Because I came into the hospital pregnant and I was being discharged without my child.
Right.
And so that was tough. That was tough. And even in that moment where I thought and felt like, oh my God, nothing, I felt like God was there every step of the way. God put that nurse there to be like, don't allow the doctor to put an IV in your child. Your child is perfectly fine.
Mm.
And keep people there. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like God was in the center of all of it. And so I think that even in those moments, it's God's plans.
God's plans. Yeah.
Did you think I was going to answer?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I believe everything happens for a reason. Yeah. And
There's a reason and a season.
I guess in the question back to me, do I think everything happens for a reason? Yeah, I believe everything. God has a plan. But then there's like I feel like it's like 80-20 a little bit. Like there's well, yeah, it's not random.
I don't think it's random. I think that things happened.
Then things happen random.
It's not like God is like,
And
all right, now I want the car to crash. No, not
nah.
that kind of stuff. But in the season in the time where things are happening, God is gonna make sure to be present. You know what I mean?
Right. And when something tragic does happen and then it seems random, there's purpose behind that, and always to keep your eyes on God. In tragedy, in good times, bad times, and horrific times that you feel like how can this even happen? I feel like there's a moment of like trust. It's time to trust God. We can't explain it. We can't understand it as humans. Loss of a child, loss of a loved one, random accidents that happen. You know.
Yeah, because usually when people lose people, it's like, God, why would you do this?
Yeah, they blame God and.
Why did you do this? Why are you taking this person, this baby? Why?
No, it's hard.
And it's hard. I don't think that we're degrading that it's not hard. I think that it's really the after. What is your reaction after, right?
Facts. Yeah. But yeah, we gotta trust God in those situations. But yeah, everything happens for a reason.
God is good
All the time.
all the time.
God is good. And not to bleed on the time, right? You think 21 questions is a little extra?
Yeah.
If I say, all right, let's take it back. Let's do 12. Yeah? 12 plus 1. All right. Number 8. What does a relationship absolutely need to have for it to be satisfying for you? what does a relationship need for it to be satisfying for you?
For me, what does my
Yeah,
relationship
yeah.
need?
What do you need?
I need my love languages many times, but first, before anything, no para ser religioso or anything, but definitely God. God needs to be the center.
Mm.
Because I've been in a relationship out of Christ, right?
Yeah, with no God.
Before God, and before not before God, Sarah BC, like I say,
Mm.
Sarah before Christ, Sarah BC.
Well, that used to be. Sorry, that used to be the reason there used to be BC
Right
before Christ,
before
right?
Christ.
But now the world, the
Yeah,
American society has changed it. What's the BC stand for
I don't
now?
know.
Before the continuum,
I don't know.
But we all know, old time. We all know it's before Christ.
So Sarah BC,
Yes.
Sarah before Christ. I was in a relationship, and so I know what it is to be in a relationship without Christ and what it is to be with Christ.
Mm.
And I, hands down, choose with Christ. Like,
Yep.
hands down.
Facts.
So, first and foremost, my relationship has to have Christ as the foundation.
Mm.
And then after that, I need my person to know my love language. And I need to know that person's love language. Because I think that helps and understands your partner. Likes, wants, desires.
Mm. Yeah.
For you?
Yeah, you take my words away, like you take my breath away, the same way. Now you need God. You definitely in that my relationship, that person needs to have God. I'm gonna read it again. What does a relationship absolutely need for it to be satisfying for you? Oh, okay. Satisfying for me, I would say respect. God centered, loving, and knows how to cook. And
Does your wife know how to cook,
you
baby?
you make a slamming lasagna.
Do I?
I like your lasagna's great. So yeah, you check off those boxes.
I mean, I cook.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how to do sancocho,
It's okay.
and that's your favorite meal.
We can learn.
I'm gonna learn, baby. I promise you. De aquí que lo morimos, yo voy a aprender.
All right, number 9. How do you most like to receive affection?
Can you answer that for me? And I can answer for you?
Okay, how you like to receive affection? I'm gonna say, I know you like physical affection, so you like to receive in that manner. So yeah, physical affection.
All right. For my husband, it's definitely physical, and as well as words of affirmation.
Yeah, those two, they go
Hand in hand.
Hand in hand. That was number 9. Number 10. Do you feel you have an easy time forgiving and forgetting, or do you sometimes hold grudges? What's so funny?
I don't think because we talked about this in one of our other podcasts episodes. I don't think I hold grudges, right? And I also don't think it comes easily for me. It has been challenging for me to just be like, you stabbed me 2 seconds ago, and the second later I'm like, I forgive you. Like, it's not like that for me.
Right.
It is a challenge for me. But do I get to it? Absolutely. Because I remember, like, God forgave me and continues to forgive me when I fall short of his glory. You know what I mean? So that's my constant reminder for me. But is it easy for me? No.
Right.
Does it come to second nature to me? No. It's very difficult for me at times. I work hard on it. I work really hard on it. Because if I'm going to forgive, I need to forget. There's no just forgiving and I will not forget. No. Forgive and forget, it's together. It's not one or the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you forgive and you don't forget, then you really didn't forgive.
There you go.
So what's the sense? So for me, it has been challenging in my life. But I think I'm better at that now. I'm better at it. I literally am doing better at it.
Yeah.
And I have a great example. Like, my husband's a great example of that. He's so good with that. And I admire that about you. I admire the way you carry yourself. So honorable. It's beautiful.
Appreciate it, babe. Appreciate you.
You see me winking at you?
You got glasses on.
I was winking.
So for me, do you find it easy to forgive and forget, or do sometimes you hold grudges? No, not really. I mean, do I find it easy? A little bit easier. 'Cause
It's way easier
I'm
for you.
quick. I try to make it quick.
Yeah, something happens right now. 2 seconds later, my husband's like, "I'm sorry,"
Yeah.
and or if I say I'm sorry, he acts like, "Okay, nothing happens," and he forgives and moves on. Like he doesn't even remember about
Yeah,
it.
ain't nobody got time for that. For
Yeah,
me, yeah, I don't got time for that.
I
Um,
admire that.
oh, thank you, babe. Number 11. When's the last time you remember feeling scared, and what were you afraid of?
The last time I felt scared, wow, I can't remember. Can you remember?
For you?
Yeah,
For you?
yeah.
I was gonna give you my answer. You're probably gonna probably match on the same answer.
Let me see.
When the last time I felt scared when we went to the when we went together to Times Square to go to the movie for the
Oh,
tree
Jesus, that was
to go see the Christmas tree.
absolutely, absolutely
Not Times Square in Fifth
Rockefeller
Avenue,
Center.
Rockefeller Center. We went to go see the tree, right?
My heart is already dropping right now.
And for like a good
2 seconds.
two,
Yeah, baby. It felt like 10 hours, but it was
yo,
two
it felt like
seconds.
a good 30 seconds. We couldn't find our child,
Our second
our
child.
second child, Zachary, and we were like, "Where's Zachary?" You know, and it's just like, oh, you see
People, people,
people
people.
left, right, and I'm in my head like, all right, and in my head I'm already like, yo, this better not come out like the movies on the TV show, those murder shows that the kids
That I love to watch
yeah, that you love to yeah, kids get lost
or kidnapped.
or kidnapped, and I felt in my heart that,
I can say I agree that. I
yep.
agree. That was a scary, scary moment. That was extremely scary for us. No, that was really scary.
I felt like there was another moment like that. I just don't remember.
No, that was the only moment. Yeah, that was the only moment.
Which now we have Apple AirTags.
Yeah, which they will be using at Donny
Every
Park
time we
when we
go out,
leave.
Apple AirTags in their
They're gonna be wearing
pockets,
that for Donny
in their
Park.
necklace, soda in their pockets.
Yeah.
So any time of travel trips, we keeping track of GPS. Ain't playing
Yeah.
games with that.
Yeah.
Thank God for technology, right?
Jeez, that was a scary moment.
Facts. And then when they found him, he was like he was shook.
He was shook because he
He was
didn't
like,
see us.
He didn't see us, and he was like, he
But
felt like
the smart part is he stayed still. He did not move. He was just looking around, looking around, looking around. He didn't wander off, like walk away. What happened was that he got closer to the tree because there was so many people in front of us to see the tree. He got closer to the gate where the tree was at, and so we couldn't see him because there were people around.
yeah.
That
Yo,
was
that
a
was
scary
scary.
moment.
No, and another one, including him again,
He always does that.
because he's that kind of kid. He'll disappear.
He just walks away.
He walks away from scenarios. When we went to take him to the doctor, it was a doctor's visit. It was in the parking lot.
Oh, that was with you.
He was with me. He jumped. He got out the car, and then he jumps out the car and runs away from the car, like started running. And I'm like, hey, and I went to grab him, slipped out my hand. He went in the parking lot. Car comes, and I saw the car and I saw him, and it was like that moment. I went to grab him, it slipped, and he kept going, and then the car comes, and I'm like, and the guy sees me and he stops. It was like, boom, and he's not going fast, but he was probably going like 10. But still, I was just like, that moment slipped. Movie theater, slow motion.
Did you think like, oh my God, I'm going to have to call my wife to tell her this?
No, it was just happened so fast. Like,
because I think I would have
it
died.
just happened so fast. I just felt like, oh man, I would have that guilt in me because it slipped out of my hands. He goes to the street.
Right.
That was another moment. Our children are the one things that puts those fears, right? That's when the last time we felt scared. Here's number 12. How did your parents choose your name? Just to wrap up number 12.
From what my understanding is, from my understanding, my mom chose our names from the Bible. All of my sisters and my name are from the Bible. And so my name is Sarah, and everybody knows who's Sarah in the Bible. Abraham's wife, who was able to give birth at a very, very old age. And God made that promise and gave Adam and Sarah the baby. And so that was where my name was picked from. And they made sure to give me Sara, which is Spanish, Sara, no H, Sara. Which you wanted to name our daughter Sarai. And I was like,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
It's a beautiful name.
But she has a beautiful name.
Ariella.
Ariella Grace. Ariella, Lion of God. Like,
Ariella. No relation to Ariel.
everybody
from the
thinks
Little
that.
Mermaid.
Everybody thinks that because the Little Mermaid's my
And our
favorite
son's
movie.
name is Sebastian. No relation to your favorite movie. But sure.
Confession. Okay. It has to do with that movie.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, what can I do?
And then you're over here telling me, no, but this name means this and
But
that.
it does mean it.
And I know and cool. Amen.
It just has double meaning significance.
But yeah.
That was good. Let's do one more. Bonus.
You didn't ask me.
Oh, sorry. You're right. How did your mother pick your name? Well, I know how your mother...
From a book. At the hospital.
And...
What you want to name your child? Here's a book.
And can I tell you...
I mean, that's what I know, unless she's told you something that I don't know. Go ahead.
You didn't find out that your name is spelled with a B like boy
Yes. Until
you were like 16 getting your working
13.
14 getting your working papers from school and had to fill out documents and get your social. And that's when you realized your name was with a B like boy. And this whole time at school,
I was writing
it with a V like Victor.
Yeah.
So Kelvin, not Kelbin.
Correct.
And so when you asked your mom, what did she tell you?
Oh, the way it sounds, así que suena. Can't be.
You got to give it to my Dominicans.
Because, the Spanish people, they're just writing your name how it sounds. They're not phonetically Kelvin. But, and then what's funny? Every time my dad had to fill my name out for some school paper, I remember he always wrote it with a B. My dad.
Right.
I'm like, Bob, my name's with a V. I remember 7, 8, 9, 10. He's like, oh, okay, whatever. I was still writing with a B. And it was with a B. I think he was just giving me hints and...
Right.
But yeah.
I'm just surprised that your mom never told you, when you would bring schoolwork home and stuff, like my kids bring schoolwork home and I look at how they spell their names and she wouldn't say anything to you. I think that's so funny. Classic moments of parents.
Moment. All right, guys. So those are 12 questions that you can ask your partner just for a deeper conversation. And yeah, my love. You excited?
amo.
I love you too, my love.
Con todo mi corazón.
Me too, babe. So yeah, guys. So if you felt like this information, you relate to it, you like it, subscribe. Check us out on the other channels that we have.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We're on all social media platforms. Follow, share, subscribe, guys. Spread the love, spread the word. And also inbox us. Let us know what are some topics you guys want to hear from us. What is it that you guys want to hear? We're an open book. We're transparent. But what are some things you guys want us to talk about? Let us know.
Yeah. So check out the other videos we have on the channel. And guys, love you, family.
Peace out.
Bye.